Hello golfers, Jason Nickel here. Today I want to talk about when you want to use a high bounce wedge versus using a low bounce wedge. So firstly, we'll talk about what is bounce in general terms. It is the angle from the leading edge to the bottom of that wedge and the radius that is cut into that. So the higher that the leading edges from the bottom, the more bounce there is versus a low bounce wedge would have a very, very small amount or very small angle. So high bounce, low bounce. And what we have to demonstrate that is we've got a spoon. A spoon would be a high bounce wedge. When you would want to use a high bounce wedge would be very, very soft ground, wet ground, or soft, fluffy bunkers. So we've got a stick of butter here to represent that. And so if we came into a soft bunker with our high bounce wedge, it would go in and it would touch that leading edge would go into the ground. And then we would start presenting that bounce and we would peel up out of that bunker or that really, really soft and spongy ground. Then if we imagine we had a low bounce wedge, so a knife, and came into that same bunker with that same angle, we're going to drive down into that and we're going to get stuck. We don't want that, obviously. Now, the opposite would be if we were to come into hard pan or hard bunkers, we would want the low bounce wedge because as we come down into that, okay, it's going to just slightly graze that. We're going to get good ball first contact versus if we were to come into a bunker with a high bounce, what you're going to see is it's going to kick that up and see how that leading edge comes up right away. That's how you're going to scull a lot of bunker shots or wedge shots off hard pan. Making sure that you have the proper amount of bounce and having wedges with different amount of bounce and when to use those is very important so that you can get on the green so you can hit more birdie putts, lower scores, and have way more fun out there.